Hi, I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Rachel, and we like to celebrate the many mom badges we as moms earn every day. So if you're hiding in your closet from your kids like we are, you're in the right spot. Welcome to Mom Badge Podcast. Today's mom badge is dun 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 dun, children hygiene.
Woo woo!
What? Now this is a separate topic from mom hygiene because we all know
It suffers.
it suffers sometimes, especially if you've got that little babe that just won't sleep. So I get it, we're there. That's another badge for another day. But today we are going to discuss children hygiene. So we actually just got a text from our other sister.
What?
And don't you remember this? She texted about her kids brushing their teeth.
Oh, yeah. I thought like just now we got a text. I was like, that's great timing.
No. This is what she said. Why is it when I tell my kids to do something, they can't just say, okay, and go do it? Why do I have to tell them 8 times to do the exact same thing or have to argue with them about it, whether or not they have to do the thing I said? So I don't know if anybody else has this problem with hygiene, but it is for me. Like, it's like, okay, you need to go and bathe.
It's like the flight of everybody's.
Yeah, I think
trauma.
It's every mother's plight sometimes.
It's terrible.
Yes.
It is absolutely, yeah.
And if you don't have this problem, tell us how. Like, what is your child like?
What did you do?
They, like, don't go in the bathroom, turn on their water, pretend to brush their teeth, and come out with yellow, skanky teeth.
Your kids do that?
Oh, it's been done.
I mean, okay, the only time my child did that was when she was allergic to the toothpaste.
Oh.
And my daughter has a food allergy that's kind of rare.
It's unusual.
Unusual, for sure.
Yeah.
She's allergic to red food dye and yellow food dye, but red food dye makes her nauseous and gives her an upset stomach. And at the time would make her vomit, like on contact. And she didn't like brushing her teeth because the food dye in the toothpaste was giving her stomach aches.
Oh, poor thing.
So, like, she would pretend to brush her teeth. And, I mean, we even, like, took it to the guest bathroom, me standing over her, and then she'd, like, come home sick.
Yeah.
Like, almost immediately. And it wasn't until we figured out that she was allergic to food dye that it even clicked.
Oh, my gosh.
So.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not so.
That is not so.
But she didn't do it just not to do it. Now she just doesn't brush her teeth, and I forget to tell her because she's 14 and I shouldn't have to tell her, but whatever, it's fine. No bitterness.
There's no bitterness here. So, yeah, so we are just gonna, like, why do we have to nag when, they open up their mouth and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't even sit next to you. You smell so bad.
Oh, it's so bad.
So bad.
When my teen was smaller, a spider once fell in her hair. We were sitting at the table, and it was big enough for her to feel.
Oh.
And she freaked out and immediately jumped in the shower. And so from 3rd to 5th grade, we would be talking about, hey, you need to take a shower. And it finally was like, hey, spiders like living in filth. So if you don't wash your hair, spiders are going to want to jump in it. And it seriously worked. I probably could even do it today. But it'd be like, you don't want a spider to jump in your hair and make a home.
Yeah.
And
I mean, change it from rat's nest in your hair to spider's nest in your hair. Yeah.
I mean, it just happened to work for her. And now we just have, like, different rules.
Yeah. For some reason, with one of my children in particular, hygiene just is a problem. It's just not on his mind, And there has to be, like, these constant, like, reminders.
Yeah.
And if I remind him, he'll go and do it. He's a really good kid. He, like, hopped out of the shower the other day, and I was like, dude, did you even wash your hair? Because I, like, ran my hand through his hair, and it was, like, nasty. And he was like, oh.
Okay, so this is going to sound crazy because I know you hate slime.
Oh, no.
I
Yeah.
know you hate it. I know you do. I know
It
this.
is not allowed in my house.
I know this should be a silly you're probably going to ignore this suggestion. But we bought my child's shampoo slime
Yeah.
and I love it so
Yeah.
much. And I'm not a big slime person. Now that she's older, I don't care because she's a lot more careful because if mama sees it somewhere where it shouldn't be, it automatically all gets thrown away. Not just that one.
Ugh.
It all gets thrown away because
Yeah.
she likes Play-Doh, which is different topic. Ugh.
Ugh.
But I like it because first off, it makes her want to wash her hair. Well, it did. She's older now.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that she can feel where it's at in her hair so she knows if she gets all the shampoo out.
Oh.
So it makes it fun, but it also makes it like, oh, I really have to wash this out. Or
Is it
you can
like,
feel it.
oh, so she can feel it? And is it like a crazy color that she can still see it and stuff?
Yeah, it's like snot green.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, and she has blues, green. I mean, honestly, if I bought it for her, she'd still love it.
Yeah.
Because,
I wonder if
yeah.
it would like help if there was like a mirror in the shower and then she could like just be like, okay, let me just make sure I get all of it. Because I would be annoyed to get out and like not,
Yeah.
and then have to get back in the shower.
Well,
you know?
she's funny because ever since I got that for her, she's been great with shampooing.
Dang.
Great. And
Yeah.
she just like feels around, you know. And we
Mhm.
taught her like you don't have to shampoo your tips and all you have to do is shampoo your scalp.
Yeah, your scalp.
Which is the same for boys.
Mm-hmm.
And so she just feels around her scalp.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the things because, you know, and he's at this age too. He's starting to go through puberty.
Puberty. Ooh. Can you insert in like the sound of a car crashing and exploding right there? Because
I should.
ooh, puberty.
Oh. There's a reason why they start talking about it in 4th grade.
Oh, yeah.
And did he miss it?
I don't think so.
He didn't miss the puberty talk this year because of Corona?
Oh, I have no idea.
You would have
Probably.
you would have signed something because
I would have signed something. I think I did for number 1, but I don't think we did for number 2.
So he missed it.
Yeah. He missed it.
Oh, that could be part of your problem too.
Probably. Because boys at this age, they stink.
They do. My child missed it too. We were in Disneyland during it, so I had to give it to her.
Yeah.
It's a hard talk. Like,
Yeah.
I'm grateful for teachers and for the health organizers who come in and talk about it because my kid doesn't want to hear about body functions from
I mean, can
her
you
mother.
can you find on YouTube the ones we watched as a kid, you know, with like Mickey and Minnie Mouse and
Yeah, you can. They're there. I'll link them.
or like the one where they like do ovaries in pancake batter? Like, can we get that one?
I had one in pancake batter too.
Yeah, they're the shape of
Yes, they were on a
did
camp
ovaries
out.
and a uterus, and yeah, they were on a camp out, and the
Oh my
mom
gosh,
just,
we
like,
watched the
whipped
same
out.
one. Did the dad go out for pads? Like, did he come in
Yes.
with a grocery bag with the pads in it?
Yes, I think he did. Okay, I don't. All I remember is that it was pancakes. You know, they like the mom just like whipped out these like perfectly shaped ovary fallopian tube.
Yeah, how did
uterus
she do
pancakes.
that? She's a pancake artist.
She must have done pancake art, and it was like perfectly golden. You know, like it wasn't just like the white side with the bubbles on it. And then that day for lunch, we ate pancakes. Like that was hot lunch that day. It was breakfast for lunch.
That was a poorly uncoordinated
Oh no,
thing.
I think they did that on purpose. I am pretty sure my teachers were like, okay, we've got to do it on this day. This is pancake for lunch day.
I mean, honestly, I would.
I would have done it too. So anyway, so if we can just get a link to those, that would be great. But this is off topic. We are talking about hygiene.
Okay, puberty is hygiene.
Oh.
Because that's when the smells start coming.
The funk.
So many teenage funk is so terrible.
Yeah.
And 4th and 5th and 6th grade funk is the worst because they don't even know they're funky. Because all their little friends are funky and they all smell around the same thing. Oh, it's nose death. So, yeah. I think that's part of your problem, though. I think he missed the talk about hygiene. Because during that talk, they give the boys and girls soap and they give them deodorant.
Oh, number one didn't come home with any of that stuff.
Oh, she can't. Well, they saved a bag for her, probably because she was a little smelly. All the kids needed it. They all smelled so bad. I worked in that school, and
Yeah.
I can 100% say I've been in those classrooms without deodorant kids, and
Ugh.
whoa, 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 whoa. And honestly, if you're like me, you're like, not my baby.
Yeah.
But moms, they need it. Don't let your baby eyes stop you from buying that stuff.
Yeah.
And when we're closer to the end, I'll give you some tips on how you can help your kids and what's helped with me. But I think it's time that we go down the rabbit hole.
Mommy rabbit hole. Dun, dun, dun.
Yes. So, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I can go first.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's hear it.
Yeah. Okay, so I kind of just Googled like hygiene problems with my teen, and I found on Reddit this poor mother, and it was posted by Throwaway Mom 64231.
Ooh.
And I know I don't know why she was called Throwaway Mom, because no mom is a throwaway mom.
No,
Anyway,
no.
especially one that cares this much. And I won't go into like everything, but basically her children have aversions to showering and deodorant and brushing hair. And like the BO is just problems. And
Poor mom.
she says basically the body odor is running rampant. And
I've
her
been
husband
there.
and her have like caught them lying about brushing their teeth, and they throw away. They like just turn on the water and not do anything, and anyway, and then this is even worse. The bathroom issues too, like dirty underwear is an issue for them as well.
Oh,
This
no,
is
no,
like
no.
so bad. Yeah, it's disgusting. This poor mom is at a loss. She's like, I don't know what to do.
How
She's
old
like, their father and I, we are clean people. We have good hygiene habits. I don't know why our children are like this. And yeah, anyway, I just love some of the comments that people posted on here.
How
like,
old were her kids, real quick?
I don't think she wrote on here how old they are. She just said they were teens.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Underwear problems?
Yes. And this is by far my favorite comment. She said, this is somewhat normal. If we're going to take this general, like these are normal children without any form of abuse in their life, then yes, this advice will work. She said, I was a bit like this at their age, and then I discovered boys. And I went from smelling like tween BO to every scent of drugstore perfume available in the mid-90s. All at once.
Oh my gosh. Like those aerosol spray cans of perfume.
Oh my
Do you remember
gosh,
those?
Totally, yes. But I mean, there was some really good advice on here.
Oh,
You know,
man.
just like if they get out of the shower and if you sniff them and they still smell dirty, just make them go back in there. Just be a pain in their in their tuchus.
I've told you before, but we have a rule in my house, and if you forget deodorant and you come home, and even if you took a shower that morning, guess where you're going? The shower.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Because you know what? Hygiene is important.
Yeah.
End of story.
Well, and then on here she also says, and this is Angry Foo Dog. Ooh. She also says that for her younger brother, they took him shopping for his own products. Like his own soap, his own shampoo, his own, whatever.
That's actually one of my tips that I was going to bring up later.
Yeah, and so, they let him pick out whatever he wanted, so then he was more likely to use them. I mean, I would definitely give my child a budget, like you have $20, to spend on this stuff,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we discovered slime shampoo.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just so sick of it. I was sick of being like, what can I do? And so I was like, you know what? You go and find it. You find your own stuff because I don't know what you want and I can't read your mind. And so why don't you pick out something? And she was excited to try it. And it made her want to get in that shower.
Yeah, to try something new. I would have never thought to do that because I'm just like, we bought this in bulk. This is what you get. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes. But like when you're potty training your child, you take them to go buy new underwear.
yeah, that's true.
You're hygiene training your
Yeah.
teen. So that makes sense to me. And we never have, I don't know if we have
Did
underwear
we just
problems or
discover the
not.
hygiene training badge?
Maybe we need to rename the show to
Hygiene training.
hygiene training. Oh gosh.
Well, that's all I've got out for my rabbit hole, but but yeah, your hygiene training, you're right. So just like you get like they get to choose the underwear that they want to wear, then yeah, of course, if they choose their
Yeah.
own products,
Why
they're going to
is
want to do that more.
I honestly couldn't even tell you if my daughter has underwear problems because once she hit puberty and her monthly visitor
Mhm.
started coming around, she's been more into doing her own laundry.
Mhm.
And I'm okay with that. I mean, she'll ask me how to get out certain stains,
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
which
Mhm.
is great because she's taking leadership and she's taking ownership in what she owns. And really, as a teenager, they should learn how to do their laundry because they're not going to live with you forever, moms.
Ugh,
No,
thank
I
heavens.
know. I already have plans for a
I
craft
love my
room.
children. I love my children dearly, but I also
Well, I mean, this is
I'm really looking forward to that grandma
okay. Here,
phase. I'm
I
not
feel
gonna
like I'm
lie.
training her to make the world a productive place. And how can she do it if she's under my roof? So, you ready for my rabbit hole? I
Let's
have a
hear
couple,
it.
I have two. So, and like when babies were born, more at home
Oh,
and things, the first bath was usually an oil bath.
like what kind of oil? Do I want to
They
know?
use it was in an old parenting book that I found, and I just kind of retained that information because it was like, I'm sorry, you did what to a baby?
Ooh, all that
All the
stuff.
stuff that came
Ooh.
off. Yeah. And it would help their skin because, it dries out really quickly. So, and some people still give oil baths to babies.
Yeah, I'm like, I just Googled it and it's like a
It
thing.
is a thing. It's definitely a thing. So that was part of my rabbit hole. Another one is actually a hack from a teacher who's a genius. And you guys
Ooh,
can
let's
do
hear it.
this at home because right now we live in a society where we have to constantly wash our hands.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is from Miss Wood. She's a third grade teacher. And this article is actually coming from Good Morning America. But she wanted, during like flu and sick season, she wanted to prevent the spread of the germs. And
Oh,
she
uh-huh.
just didn't, she was trying to figure out a way to do it. And she has the stamp that had her last name, Miss Woods, on it that she used for books. And she came up with this brilliant idea. She stamped all the kids' hands in the morning, and whose ever stamp was faded or gone by the end of the day got a prize.
Oh.
And at first she said, like, the first time they did it, they're all just trying to get that stamp off. But after she explained what it did, then they just were all constantly washing their hands. When she explained, like, when you can wash your hands, you sneeze in your hands, go wash your hands. And working at a
Mm-hmm.
school, kids are gross.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just going to put it out there. I would, like, look over and see a kid picking his nose, looking at the booger, putting it in his mouth, back in his nose.
Oh,
I saw it all.
no.
When kids are
No,
in third
no.
grade, it's when they're discovering the front end of their pants. I'd look over and see
Ugh.
kids with hands in their
Oh,
pants.
no. Stop. Just
I
stop.
mean,
I
and
can't.
here's the crazy thing is you'd like look over and then make eye contact with you. And then like stop, just like mid whatever they're doing. Like hands
Just
up their
stop.
nose, whatever. And you'd go wash your hands. And they go, why? And you'd look at them and
Yeah.
you go, you know why. And then they like bow their heads, yeah. Yeah, I know why. So I just love this because it's like making the kids conscious of what they're doing with their hands, but also
Mm-hmm.
making them aware that when they do gross things, because a lot of times with kids it's an impulse. It's
Mm-hmm.
nothing else. So I just loved it so much. So much. And
Yes.
you can do it at home. You can just go buy a cheap stamp at the dollar store to teach your kids how
Oh,
to wash
totally.
their hands during the day.
Yeah.
And
That's genius.
it's just so genius. She gets a mom stand or mom a mom badge. Bam,
badge.
genius badge.
Yeah.
I think that's the end of our rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts now on kid hygiene now that we've talked a little bit about it?
I still think it's super annoying. I mean, it's still going to be rough. It's still going to be hard. But I like what you said. I like that it's like, yeah, we are training hygiene.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like this isn't, it's not something they just come out of the womb and they're like, I'm going to be clean.
No.
You know, so I think if you
no.
think of it like that, like you are hygiene training, just like you potty train
Yeah.
and you food train and you got to teach your kids.
You gotta. My first thought when I sat down and really pondered this, because it's been a while since I've had young kids, but I have an older kid who I'm teaching teen hygiene to.
Yeah.
And my first thought was this is really us as moms' first lesson to our children in self-care and to love themselves. So maybe when your kids are younger, like you have younger kids, you can say when it's like, hey, let's get in the shower. And they go, why? Because it's going to happen. And you say, we bathe because it feels nice to be clean and we love our bodies.
Yes, we need to take care of our bodies. Or you could do like what our sister-in-law does and just say, because it smells like a good idea.
It smells like a good idea. But I just was thinking, like, if we gave them positive affirmations, then this is going to be a habit they want to do because they feel good about it.
Yes.
You know, this is the time we can think about how great things are going. So we need to start teaching them young that self-care is a thing. And it's not just with girls. Boys need self-care too.
I almost feel like it's almost more important for boys to note that too. Because I feel like as women, there's a lot of time where we can just be like, this is self-care, you know, like getting nails done, you know, etc.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not a person that like goes out and gets my nails done and stuff,
No,
but like,
me neither.
just like, there just seems to be a little bit more emphasis on the women's self-care but these boys need it as well.
Oh, yeah.
They need to know taking care of their bodies and taking care of themselves is just as important, you know, as it is with women, you know.
Yes, for sure.
So.
It helps them become emotionally stable young men who become mature adults and fathers. And we want, if we want the future husbands to realize how important self-care is for the women, then they have to realize what self-care is for them.
Yes, because just like kind of what we talked about in like the friendship podcast, if there's only give on one side, it's such an imbalance. So there has to be like a balance with this, that these boys need that self-care as well.
Yeah, and it's hard.
To know what that is.
It's hard.
Yeah, and it looks different for boys too than it does for girls. It
took me a long time to realize that.
Yes.
Because I'd be in there and my husband would be like, I want to go play a video game. And, you know, I'm usually like, yeah, go unwind. That's fine. But then after a time, I'm like, well, you've been on that game for a while.
Yeah.
Tick, tick. But now I'm like, no, he needs that time. That's his self-care time to mentally relax. And we just need to teach our kids that it's okay to take mental breaks.
Well, and it's okay to take mental breaks. It's okay to take time for you, even though it may feel selfish, you know, because I mean, even like working out and stuff, like it's hard for me to work out because I'm like, oh, I don't really have the time, you know, but I have to like be like, this is the one thing this week I'm doing for me. You know, like I barely have time to shower. Let's be honest. You know, and but I'm just so busy taking care of others that if you're so busy taking care of others, it's really hard to take care of yourself. You know, and there needs to be the self-care first so that you can care for others.
When I talk to my daughter about self-care, because she's a teenager and the emotions, it's a roller coaster minute by minute, like so many loop-de-loops. She can be super happy and within 30 seconds be flipped upside down and going crazy. But I talk about my day as in time is my most valuable asset that I own.
Yeah.
Every minute that I have is valuable. And so if I'm giving you minutes and I'm giving them minutes and I have no minutes left for me, then I'm not making a good investment with my minutes. because what will happen is my minutes for you are getting deteriorated by not investing minutes in me. So, and when she was younger, it was called mommy me time.
Mommy alone time, that's what we call it.
Yeah. Child, you are in bed. This is mommy me time, and I need it so that mommy can be happy and want to play with you tomorrow. So, moms, as we leave you this week, hold your cookie dough high.
And wear those mom badges proud as we salute you and all the hard work you do.
Be sure to come back next week on Mom Badge Podcast
and find out what badge you've earned. Today we trained our child to hygiene badge.
We changed it on the last one. How do you like them apples?
Yeah, this is a very fluid podcast, apparently.
We reserve the right to change.
Yeah. This is our podcast. You can't judge us.
Also, don't forget to tell your friends about this podcast so that they can laugh with us and all the insanity that goes on. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and please leave us a review so other fantastic moms like you can find our podcast too.